Beauty is everything. In society, on social media, in real life, it's like this unspoken rule that we have to abide by and judge everyone at first glance, simply by their appearance and how they look and how they present themselves. It's no wonder why we're obsessed. Every ad telling us that we need this newest product to look prettier. Every influencer pushing us another clothing item that we know we don't need. But what if this desperate need to be beautiful is actually limiting the rest of our lives? What is it doing to our souls, our hobbies, our relationships, our impact on the world? So in today's video, we're getting real and we're talking about this from my own experiences and ways that we can actually balance the external with our souls. Because your physical self should be a reflection of your internal self. I remember in high school, everyone was obsessed with getting a boyfriend. Everyone wanted that male validation. Everyone wanted that dopamine hit. Dressing in ways for male validation, surrounding yourself with people who only think about men. It's not fun. Nor is it a great way to live, because it's so exhausting being obsessed with an Instagram DM, or being obsessed with someone texting you back, or being obsessed with a snap streak. Because you get so enclosed by that reality that you don't even realize what you're doing or what type of life you're living. Men and validation, looking pretty all the time, just caring about things that don't even matter to you. When you take a step back, you realize that this isn't the life that I want to live, but so many people that live like that fail to take that step back. It's so normalized, and so normalized in high school, even in college, where it's just like we're so obsessed with male validation and finding a man. If male validation is the easiest way to fill a void, dealing with your own pain, traumas, insecurities, pass them off to an imaginary man who suddenly validates you and fixes all your problems, and you guys run off to the sunset together. Yeah, that's not how relationships work. That's a fantasy of being chosen. That's a fantasy of being seen when you probably don't even choose yourself. You probably don't even see yourself. It's basically a cheap way to put your future into someone else's hands so you don't have to deal with your own pain. You really need someone else to tell you that you're lovable and that you're beautiful just to feel okay. Do you ever feel like everyone's becoming the same? Because I do. I remember when I was younger, a lot of my friends had so many different unique talents and obsessions. Slime or arts and crafts. I'm reading a book right now, and it's a history book. And I'm learning about how different laws came into place. For example, Isaac Newton, we all know him, and he was incredibly smart, but he also performed some very questionable experiments. He inserted a blunt knife into his eyeball to understand vision and light. And I'm not saying we need to do that, okay? I do not want anyone to do that. But I am saying he was extremely smart and he had such a great impact on science. I feel like we have so many amazing, great, powerful minds today in society, but a lot of that talent is becoming wasted because we are obsessed with our phones. We are always scrolling because we don't use our gifts and our creative intellects and actually create what we are meant to do. Instead, we just kind of sit there and scroll. And I admit, I do that too because it's so easy. It's cheap dopamine. People in the past, they would literally invent new things every few years because they didn't really have phones. They didn't really have that time to just sit around and scroll. So they would literally just be bored and literally discover things. Scrolling and consuming sometimes makes us feel productive. We're watching someone else create a new recipe or something, or we save it and we're saying, oh, we're gonna do this, but we never do it. Next time you see an idea that sparks some interest in you, maybe you want to bake a new recipe, maybe you want to try a new drawing style, I want you to do it that day, that night, wherever it is, whenever it is. Give your brain creative fuel. Actually take action. That Pinterest board of all your arts and crafts that you want to do it tonight. Pick one and just start. It doesn't even have to be perfect. Is anyone else so sick of trying to look perfect all the time? Is anyone else just so tired of getting consumed with others think about us? Because I know I do, and it's just sickening to live a life like that because there is so much more that you can do with your time and your energy, so much more that you can create with your life rather than being obsessed with your appearance and things that other people think about you because they don't matter. We're on earth for such a small amount of time that you want to live your life in the most meaningful way possible, and that doesn't involve spending your youth being obsessed with how you look. Okay, that's not how you want to look back on your life and be like, in my 20s, I was just so obsessed with me and my appearance and what others thought about me. Is that really what you want to look back on and fill your life with regret? Because as a woman, it is so tiring trying to be proper and feminine all the time. I don't always want to wear makeup. I don't always want to look perfect. I don't always want to do things that society says that women have to do that are put onto ourselves, even though these are just beliefs that are thrown onto us by other people that we have internalized. So next time you find yourself acting in a way that does not serve you, that you don't want to do, that is making you more uncomfortable than not doing that thing, stop. And stay true to what actually serves you. Maybe that means you don't want to wear makeup one day. Maybe that means you want to wear sweats. Maybe that means wearing your cozy shoes instead of wearing heels. Stay true to what actually makes you happy, because what type of life are you going to live if you're always going to do what makes other people happy? No one is worth that discomfort. You don't owe anyone a performance of your life. You're allowed to just be alive, messy, unproductive, not pretty all the time in the eyes of society if it makes you feel good. If it means that you're actually living a life that makes you feel aligned with your soul. A life that actually makes you feel alive. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is a really real topic. Let me know in the comments below one thing that you don't like doing but feel like you have to in the eyes of society. I'll be reading all your comments down below, and I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!